This is weird.
5, 4, 3.
I really don't know if I'm good or not. Hello, everybody! Surprise! Hide and seek! Bardicdice is here, taking over the Marquee Gaming channel, just like we took over Raphael last night. Double checking if mics are good, if audio's good, if you guys can hear. Give me a hype. There's a major echo. Yep, bravo.
Uh-oh.
There's an echo. I'm gonna stall till it stops. I think we're good now. So let me hear it in the chat. Yeah, let me hear it in the chat. Awesome, cool. Yeah, we're just, wanted to make sure you guys were on your feet and reacting and hyped in the chat today. So, how you guys doing? My name is Michael Bardicdice. You guys all know me, I'm sure. It is Fates United night. Unfortunately, my internet is still on the fritz. It feels like a lightning bolt might have surged past my router last time. And we'll see exactly what happened. It's okay. We'll get to the bottom of it. Thankfully, Mark and Rachel are hosting tonight's game, so you guys can watch us live. I am recording, and tomorrow I will be getting both my Feywild and this game up online, so you guys can all see it. Because I don't know if the VODs have been fixed, but I know yesterday Twitch VODs were not there, so hopefully they are, so you guys can watch those as well. That being said, socials. If you haven't followed me before, you can follow Bardicdice on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch to catch up different announcements like, hey, if I feel like jumping realms and hosting from the Beacon's Aura channel, or different things like that. I also stream not only on Thursdays, but Wednesday nights now. We have a second campaign, if you have not heard, a wonderful magical world into the Feywild Carnival. We are doing the brand new Wizards of the Coast campaign module, The Witch Beyond the Witchlight, which is really, really fun. Deely is in it. We have Silent Legend. We have Sassy Fire, Angie. We got BTD RPG. We got Literary DM and Angie, and I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anybody. So we just have a whole slew of amazing people and chaos there. So definitely more of a casual, joking meta game where I will call out things from the chat in real life in game. So it's really kind of fun. Also the little like weird guy from Shrek. You got to be there. It's fun. But that being said, that's my stuff. I stream randomly right now, especially because my internet is on the fritz, but we'll be back. Nothing keeps us down forever, because thanks to your support, you guys keep me going, so thank you. Quick shout out to both Rachel, Pip 400 Art, and Deely Spheres, Raphael. They both have done amazing arts for both of my channels, so I like to shout them out. If you want any commissions, go check their stuff out. It is awesome. We also share a Discord, which is perfect now that we're on the Marquee Gaming channel. Bardicdice and Marquee Gaming, we share a Discord. So if you want, we typically post the link in our chat. Super fun time. We have an absolutely amazing community. And there's so many different content creators, artists, cosplayers, writers, everything like that. And we all hype each other up. It's absolutely a blast, and I love it. I love all the friends I've made from it. I'm going to get through the intros really quick because tonight is Critical Role. They are starting their campaign 3. I'm so excited. I'm a big Critical Role fan. If you know anything, it's why I stream. It's why I do what I do. And it's molded who I am over the past 6 years. So, being said, unfortunately, I am going to stop tonight's game right at 10 p.m. a little earlier than we normally do. So that way we can watch the debut and stuff like that. So if you're interested, come hang out in the Discord. We'll go ahead and watch it together live in the VC. If you don't like being in the VC, you can always watch it on your own and post in the chat if you want. We have a Critical Role channel that you can mute. If you do not like Critical Role and do not want to hear us chatting about it, mute that channel so you don't have to get notified with 200 ones where I'm like, oh my god, Lord Bailey's so hot. Things like that. So that being said, that's my announcements for tonight. Let's go ahead directly into our intros with the one and the only, first and foremost, from across the seas in Hanasuka.
Hi, I'm Deely. I do art, and my streams are kind of inconsistent now too, but Tuesdays and Wednesdays is what I aim for. Today's Thursday. And yeah, I do art, and it's really, really fun. Someday I'll get around to doing a game, but for now, it's art, and it's really fun. And you should come and join me. And I play Beikai on here. She is a Kensei monk tiefling, and I love her. So
I don't know why I thought you said Kenku monk for a second. I was like, I feel like I pictured that differently. Kensei. Blacksmith.
Yeah, she's a bird. No. Yeah. So, Rachel, go.
And because people don't like it when I don't intro between characters, and I wasn't really trying to call her out about Critical Role, but she outed herself in the chat.
I proudly outed myself. No, it's fine. Yeah, have fun, you guys, tonight. So I'm Rachel /Pip, and I do art on this channel. Actually, normally I say I'm Marky Gaming, but you can actually just come to this channel on Mondays at 3:30 CST and come hang out with me. It's always a fun time. Also, I will stream games on Saturdays sometimes at 7 CST. So I'm kind of hoping to be able to start that back up on Saturday. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord, but so far, yes. It'll be fun. And I play Anais. What? Oh, was that it?
No, after Anais. Go.
Oh, I play Anais, cleric ranger. She's very angry right now. That's it. And then I got this new mic, guys. Everyone look at it.
Okay, there he goes.
It's white and it matches my computer.
It sounds better when it matches your computer. Mm-hmm.
I think it does, honestly.
That's why I'm having internet issues. I have a white computer and a black mic. It's confirmed.
Matched it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rach.
Yeah.
And going from the top to the bottom, but don't worry, he's not the shortest of the crew. The one and the only, the hype man himself.
Oh, that's me. Yes. Hi, I'm John. I play Kahurangi, the Kalishtar fighter, and we are here doing the Bardicdice Thursday night activity at none other than Marquee Gaming.
The best of homes.
Yes. Don't forget that Marquee Gaming on Sunday nights has his own game that gets played with Beacon's Aura. You should go take a look at that. And with that being said, we have some great artists that are here in the community posting on the art channel, as well as posting some particularly, at least it caught my eye today when I was going through. There was a piece in the art channel that was done that I thought was very well done. So if you haven't seen that yet, you should go take a look at it. There's a proper shout out to the artist who did it as well. Pretty awesome though to see everybody's artwork that's being done. Love all the pieces that I'm seeing, and it is just awesome. I appreciate everybody putting so much hard work and effort and their love for art into that, and I am grateful to be able to enjoy seeing that with my eyeballs. Anyways, on to Mark.
And drum roll with the longest and that I could ever give, because I'm so grateful that he lets me play in his game and host this game on his channel. The one, the only, Marquee Gaming.
Hi everybody, I am Mark of this channel, but we're hosting it for Bardicdice. So go follow Bardic if you aren't typically on this channel, or if you are typically, I don't know. Go follow Bardicdice. This is usually on his channel. It's a fun D&D game that I'm in with my wife.
Fedora chap.
Join us future weeks, hopefully soon. Hopefully next week it'll be all good. But yeah. I play Zachary, Aesmer, Sorcerer Bard, and I'm going to do my best to make sure I don't screw up everything for all of you viewers tonight and still play the game. Let's do this.
I love it. Honestly, guys, even though it's a little weird, and like I forgot recording like to start last night, I kind of like not doing the work. I think I should just bum off everyone else's internet from now on. What do you guys think? Make this a more permanent thing? Right now? Okay, maybe not. All right. That being said, a little bit no intro tonight. I do apologize for the change of everything, but of course, you guys know we're setting up, you know, on a different channel. So, with all of that being said, welcome to Fates United, episode 37, A thunderous outburst. Last time on Fates United, we're not going to do our normal narrator stream because I do understand we had a very much broken up episode last week. So for anyone that did not catch everything, here's a quick recap. Our players are in Solisterum, the current and former home of Anais, the elves who have left the plains to find a new homestead here. After leaving the Centaurium and finding out that that Solisterum has been cleared, our Chosens have returned, finding that unfortunately Lightus, the cult that has killed Anais' family, had come back here, convinced the rest of the denizens of Solisterum, to leave with them for prosperity's sake for the elves. Being told by druids who had seen this, and also notes that Zachary found while exploring this, they realized that Lightus had actually returned, burning down Solisterum, burning down most of the memories, most of the signs of life that Bricarius and Anais remember. Bricarius' son, Connor, who had taken over leadership of Solisterum for Anais' dad, Kellum, after he had passed away, had accidentally died to a hunting accident. Though in recent events and on clearing up things, a lot of our Chosens are starting to think that might be a lie and that Lightus or someone else is behind his death. While our Chosens were back exploring Solisterum, it's late in the night as they came from Giant Spain and other cities. It's past midnight. Anais and Zachary taking time to walk through her former house, collecting items from her brothers and sisters, memories of growing up innocently that have now been taken away from her. Kahu, now having been with a ritual in his backstory in our first episode, now being chosen to be the next in line to be a chieftain instead of his older sister, which is tradition, finds himself with the rest of them, and also now hearing that the elves, the ones that have left Solisterum, are now potentially eyeing Fusuaga, his hometown, or Giant Spain, where our Chosen just came from, as possible sites to attack to get out of the plains for the desert because of the drought of water. On top of that, Zachary's sisters and family are missing, though his sister, the two sisters that are with him, they were able to bring into safety, and they're going to set them up here with Bricarius in Solisterum to keep them safe. Meikai, our tiefling from the city of Hanasuka, had taken a moment to distract them and empathize with them, taking them out back of Bricarius's half-burned house to bury a wisteria tree for memories of those past that they knew. In a moment of sadness from Zachary's sister, she said, "I wish that my parents were here." And Meikai in return said, "I wish they were too." And to their surprise, by a wish come true, Meikai's parents showed up from Hanasuka, now after catching up, revealing maybe there are darker tidings actually happening in Hanasuka. That all being said, there is much dark and cloudy days upon the minds of our Chosens. Returning back to the idea of Connor, they all decided, talking to Bricarius, to confirm these rumors that he might still be alive, or someone faking in disguise as him. Convincing him, while still at night before they've gone to bed, to go to the cemetery of Solisterum, a tree surrounded by a cemetery. They respectfully began to dig up his grave, though not before realizing, looking over, that Anais' family, though not buried here, had tombstones out of respect for them. The emotions were high, and as they went to go open up the coffin for Connor, Kahuranji, a spirit walker, suddenly was taken out of his body and sent tumbling through the spirit realms, seeing a vision of Virdis, who is the Lytus's leader, the one that killed Anais' family, cackling, as she was the one also behind the ritual that brought Kahu back to life. She is now wearing a necklace of 9 orbs of glass, which now there are 7 lit with green. Kahu could hear screaming and agony from 6 of them, 5 of them being 2 parents, 3 children, quite possibly Anais' family. After jumping back, they opened the coffin, realizing Connor was not there. The body is gone. After explaining the vision and them realizing that maybe Lytus has done more nefarious things and that something is going on, agonizing the souls of those that have been sacrificed to Anais' family, Anais proceeded to walk off in a rage, letting out all of her spells and lightning and anger, walking down the path. Kahu had gone after her to try and calm her or redirect the attention toward him, allowing her to spar and hit him with his own device instead of just letting the anger out into the verse. However, being lightning and flashes of lightning and thunder, it was a little bit of a scene, and also not sure about Kahu's vision. Zachary going in, trying to tackle and stop Kahu. There seems to be now a bit of outlet frustration between the entire group. Meikai watching from a distance, trying to understand exactly what's happening. Anais, though in the middle of this fight, has calmed down just enough to attempt to sign to Zachary that she's okay and that she's not in any danger. But Zachary's still attempting to grapple Kahu. And that is where we left off. Nothing else had happened, though we did have to leave the last session on quite the cliffhanger. So the scene has been set. Ricarius is still back at the grave. The lightning and thunder has subsided. Hand it over to you.
One thing I did want to add too is, like as Zach was like getting in between and trying to like stop Kahu from getting into it with Anais, I did a roll for Anais to see if she would be able to calm her rage or not. So like 10 and above, she'd be able to kind of get reason back to her. 10 and below, she wouldn't. So I rolled a nat 20, so that was exciting.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get that nat 20 out there. But yeah.
The echo of the nat 20 as the lightning subsides, her senses coming back, almost more shocked out of surprise of Zachary now coming in. That is what's happening. Zachary is up on Kahu, pushing him. Kahu, you are now standing there explaining what you explained. Meikai, you're watching. Anais, you had been trying to get in front of him, though he is now past you again, trying to grapple him. I am not going to put us in initiative, though we were in initiative before. I will let you guys determine whether we return to initiative or not. Again, hand it over to you.
Okay. Well, I think that as like she kind of pulled away and had that like realization strike, she just kind of like backs off of the fight and Kahu and just kind of like drops the weapon down onto the ground.
That you like, being Kahu had given you his weapon, turn into a bow staff to hit him, yeah, as a safer way to express herself. Yes.
Yeah, I just drop it, yep. And I'm just like holding my hands up and.
All right, so a nice drop there.
He's just kind of step back and fold his arms, just look at Anais.
The tension that Zach was visibly feeling just kind of relaxes slightly.
Makai, you
And
see
I-
suddenly this tension and motion calm. What are you doing?
Are we done?
Anais signs. If Zach, I don't know, is Zach looking at her? I was trying to like get in a peripheral.
Right now, Zach is still just watching Kahu.
Put your hands
Okay.
right in front of him.
Go over his shoulders like this.
Who is it?
I'll just say to Kahu in my head then, like, it's not worth fighting everybody over this. I'm fine.
Are you actually fine, or do you... Well, that's the question. Are you actually fine?
Is this still in the mental connection, or is this out loud?
There's a mental connection at the moment.
Zachary, you see them stop, arms folded. He's looking at Anais. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just standing there in between them, watching Kahu to see what he does.
Okay, fair. The stare off continues. Anais, you hear Kahu in your head.
I mean, I'm not fine, but I don't need this anymore. If it's gonna freak him out.
You're not needed anymore for him. Or do you feel that you've gotten to a point, for the moment, that you know where your rage should be focused?
I can focus. Us being together on the same page is more important than whatever it was. I got most of it out anyway. I'm fine.
That's good. It's important to know. That kind of rage can kill people on the battlefield that you don't want dead. That's why I say it needs to be focused.
Yeah.
It's not wrong to feel it. Just make sure you know how you express it.
Makai, give me a perception check as they're talking.
17.
Though everything has calmed down, there not more than a minute ago was thunder and lightning. You see a white owl fly up to one of the trees nearby, and a brown-haired wolf with a white streak kind of coming up out of the bushes, kind of eyeing things. Not making their presence overly well known, but you do see a just kind of keeping an eye on things.
I'll just like give thumbs up.
Zach is just in the middle during this like long silence.
Yeah,
just kinda, like,
Yeah, it's
looking back and
it's an
forth
awkward
between the two of
silence
you,
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just kind of waiting for someone to move.
I mean, I already did, and I dropped my weapon, so.
Are
Yep.
there any target practice places or dummies that you can maybe like shoot or direct something at?
And Ice just looks like she's really overwhelmed and almost looking around her surroundings like she's seeing them like she's realizing where she's at. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Snapping out of that rage.
I sees her relaxing more. He's just gonna kind of sit down on the ground.
Remember, you guys
Kinda
are
knees up,
about
arms on his knees.
You guys are about 60 feet away from the tree now. Kind of nice. You'd start running down into the middle of the town. So you guys are about 60 feet from the tree. Makai, you're about 30, and then the tree with Bardicdice.
Mhm.
Just to help.
Done now.
What'd you say, Mark?
We done now?
I think Anais is feeling better.
Nice. Also, just like sits on the ground, but it more just seems like she just slumps onto the ground, like it's all just all the energy's gone.
Rachel,
Probably
I am
get some
very
sleep.
curious. How many spells have you exhausted? All of them, or?
I guess it depends on how. I don't remember in character how long that was going on, like how long it took until people came to go talk to her. Do you guys remember?
I will call it 3 to 4 rounds. It was kind of a shock, and then Kyle began to walk after you, but you were still unleashing.
Over
So I'd
there.
say close to 20 to 30 seconds.
We'll say half because it was littered with some cantrips too.
Good to know. Thank you.
I'll
So,
mark them off.
Zachary, you all hear him say, "Are we done?"
Yeah, I kind of looked at Anais because Kahu responded, but
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just she'll just sign like, yeah.
good. He'll kind of turn and look back towards Bry's house then.
Okay. You see just a soft torchlight in Bardicdice's house.
Because we saw like Makai's parents coming out, right?
Yeah, I think they were brought back inside.
And then
calmed down.
mentioned my sisters were awake.
They were worried about them waking up and that your sisters were stirring. They had gone back inside to kind of, everything's fine kind of thing. You don't see anybody looking out.
I'm gonna go back to the house then. I'm gonna go back to the house.
On your way, as you pass Bardicdice, he is no longer in his wheelchair. Sitting half, like feet into the grave, hand by hand, putting back the dirt into the grave. He doesn't look at you.
Keeps walking.
Go back to the house. You hear a quick scramble of potentially a tiefling woman. Quickly return to the kitchen, where Makai's father is sitting. But as you quickly turn to check on your sisters, Katrina still seems asleep, and Iris is laying there, but easily faking sleeping, as you know her pretty well. Kind of that quick, like, thing.
Kind of look over. You okay?
Oh, yeah, what? I was just sleeping. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Is Anais okay?
She's fine too.
Were you guys fighting?
Complicated.
Okay. Mom, Dad said whenever we're fighting, we're supposed to sit down and talk it out. Make sure everything's better, but I'm sure it's different for Chosens. I trust you. She kind of just smiles back. She goes, thank you, Zach.
Yeah, go to sleep. And I'm just gonna kind of slowly get ready for bed. Just kind of begin to lay there, listening for other sounds of anything.
Sure. And now everything seems quiet. A random. You maybe pick up on. Maybe there are some druids keeping an eye on everything as well. The three of you are left outside as you watch him go back. All three of you can now see, depending on your perception, Bricarius out of his wheelchair.
I'll walk over to Bry.
Just one by one, slowly scooping the dirt back.
Do you need a hand? Do you want a hand?
No. I will put this back. But I think the four of you need to figure out things between the four of you before you leave.
I thought that is what we were doing.
He continues to scoop up another one. I know you each have your own problems. Different. Coming from a different place. And each time he kind of says that, he grabs a new piece of dirt, as if reminiscing, like saying like a different part of the dirt where you guys are coming from. If you look around this tree, all of the elves here are from different parts too. We learned to get along. And if it wasn't, we would end up like the elves in the plains, continuing to fight and dying. You all need to learn to get along as well. I fear if you don't, you will continue to fail like the Chosens before you. And then he continues just to settle in the dirt. Almost done.
I feel like maybe it's just not even a... I think we're all on the same page as far as
Are you?
what we want to get accomplished. I'm not done. And that's fine, but I don't think we're on the same page on how to go about that. We know we all want the same things, but our philosophies and our outlooks are all very different. I think Kabu was just trying to help Anais. I think Zach freaks out anytime there's anything remotely causing a stir. And I think that shows that he's protective, which is great. But I also don't think that the outlooks on outlets and dealing with emotions is quite the same.
Maybe you don't need to tell me, you don't need to say that to me. Maybe you need to say that to them.
Yeah, I was just, saying it out loud as a practice.
He was a half grin, holding his tongue for now. I will make sure the dead lay respected. Sure you would agree you'd want that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you are all not from here, but... And I do not blame Anais, I understand her pain. The older traditional of us would maybe say that we might have disrespected the dead tonight, fighting over their graves, but maybe that's what needs to happen. I don't want to fight over any more graves, and especially the 4 of you.
Yeah.
So, out of love, figure it out, darling. It goes back to...
Sounds
Spooping.
good. Go and slowly approach where Anais and Kahu are.
I was going to say, Kahu during that time probably would have stood up and walked towards Anais and offered a hand.
I think for the moment she kind of shakes her head and she just like she looks like the sadness part has taken over of like the reality. So she's just kind of crying right now on the ground.
If that's the case, he'll go around behind you and sit back to back with you so you have something to lean against.
Aw, that's nice.
Sad.
Yeah, she's just kind of curled up crying for a while, I think.
So when Makai shows up, we're back to back.
You muted.
Sorry.
Ricarious left her speechless.
So, can I help with anything? Or do you want me to, like, sit here too? Or should I go talk to Zach? Get my parents' faces out of the windows? Look over at the house.
They're not in the windows right now.
I was hoping you'd say that, like, you see their
Yeah,
eyes,
just-
like...
No, Zachary scared him back to the kitchen, so...
I think I know what was going on, but it might have been my fault that, you know, I alerted Zach to it because I thought that, you know, maybe something was wrong with Anais and he could, like, come and talk to you, Anais, but I wasn't expecting Kahu to punch you, but you know, sometimes you need to just, like, punch things. Maybe not each other. That probably does not look very good. But I also understand it, so maybe punch a tree or something. Just saying, there's a lot here.
I mean, to be fair, it was like punching a tree. She's got a strong jaw.
Wait, what? Oh, that's...
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a good, you know, goose egg forming right here, nice.
Kahu says that too as he's rubbing his arms. He's got like a nice big mark right across
Yeah.
his arm.
So, like, I would imagine by the time Makai comes over, she's out of most of the really, like, a lot of the crying. So she's kind of, like, just listening to Makai, like, just looking at her. And then she says in Kahu's head, but she signs to Makai. That actually helped, though.
That's good. I think we need to communicate with Zach that is sometimes a thing that can happen. And if he doesn't want to punch people, that's fine. But I think I was telling Bri, I think we all want the same things. I think the way that we go about it is different. And we all have ways of dealing with anger. So maybe we try to get Zach to understand, but not talk down to him because he hates that.
Yeah, I personally don't think you'd listen to me about this one.
Maybe Anais. You seem the best at handling him. Like, getting through to him. I mean, if you want me to talk.
I mean, she just kind of nods and signs maybe tomorrow.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh no, do I not want to look at the
So
chat
I
right
think
now? It's
maybe
so
we
creepy.
want to get some tea, or we could just keep sitting out here, or I can just go away. If that helps.
Well, I think it's getting late, and we all should probably get ready to turn in if we can.
Rai is putting Connor's dirt back.
Should we
And
go
Nice
up?
looks over at Bri and she sees that and she gets up really fast and she puts a hand on Kahu's shoulder and says, "Thank you." And then she just runs over to Bri.
Kahu, you didn't want any help.
Perhaps
But I'm
I'll
not
take
going to
her-
tell her that. Yeah.
Perhaps I'll take her help.
Mm-hmm.
I can summon my bow staff to me and reach out a hand to make guide. Are you standing still? Are you standing or?
Me, yeah.
Okay. So I'll just get up and.
Do you want help?
Sure.
Very small clarification, and I'm pretty sure it's because I'm in a Star Wars RP mode lately. You said summon your bow staff to you, so I don't know if you were like Jedi summoning it, which you cannot do yet, or possibly later. But if you pick it up and return it back to your spear, if that's what you meant, I just wanted to clarify that.
Oh, I thought you had stated a while ago that like you can like blink it to yourself.
In that was for like in javelin form. If you throw it, it'll return to you, but not like just a summon sort of thing. It's out of the attack action. Yeah.
Then I will pick it up.
Very cool though. It could happen later though. I mean, we'll talk about it.
And I turn it into a spear.
I'm no Jedi. I'm Kahu. Anyways, yeah. You guys are doing that, and I as you run over to Bricarius, he is putting the last few pats down, sitting kind of cross-legged or kind of like legs over to the side, kind of just patting the ground respectfully, kind of not quite making eye contact with you yet.
Yeah. I start to put some of the dirt back.
Sure. I was saying like he was like done putting the dirt back.
I want
If you want to like just
last
scoop,
pile.
like just yeah, sure.
There helps.
It gets a little bit of a smirk out of him.
I would say more if he's patting it, I think she'd just be like patting it too, like feeling bad, like clearly that she was not paying attention, you know, type of thing.
It's okay, Nice. That's fine. He looks up. Let me back to my chair.
Yeah, I like pick up his arm and like kind of like guide him to it.
Are you okay? That's a stupid question. Are you better than before?
Do we have stones right now, or am I signing?
Stones are fine. Either way, however you want.
I just want to make sure so I don't say the same thing for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
the enchantment's not done, so yeah, you still have your regular stones.
Okay. I can think a little more.
Wait, sorry. I see what you're trying to do there. What was that?
I can think a little more. Are you okay?
No, neither are you. I understand your pain, Anais. I do. But I'm scared. You are all like my children, but you're also like children just learning how to walk. as chosens, as a group. We need to figure out how to work as a group.
Nick, I said that too. I don't even understand. I was trying to do what everyone was telling me to do.
No one's talking. You aren't working in unison. I'm not talking now. I've been watching all of you these past weeks. Watched you at the Centaurium. The affinities work together because they coexist. They do different things. They have different purposes. But they lead into each other. They don't fight against the forces of each other. We all need to figure out how to do that. Or I fear one day you will all be overwhelmed and I cannot handle that. And he puts his hand on your cheek and just goes, I cannot lose another child.
I don't understand why people keep saying that though. Like they're not even at rest anymore. What else am I supposed to do? Everyone tells me don't kill them, so I'm trying to do that. And so I try to go over there and like do it somewhere else, and instead I'm getting like yelled at again. Not by you, but like everyone's what? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with this.
I don't know. Find her. Stop her. Kill her if you have to.
Yeah, then that's gonna be wrong. Right? I mean, whatever I do is that just gonna be wrong. Because there's just so much anger. And I can't do anything with it.
That's the difference, though. Whether you have to kill righteously or not, your choice. You have to find yourself first. I saw you down there hurting, rightfully so. I know that pain. Letting the anger blast out of you. That's okay for now. You're in pain. They've done horrible, awful things to you. A storm is power unleashed. But it cannot be controlled. It cannot be reined in. Whatever Viridis is trying to do with you and your family, she will fail.
She will fail.
I know she will.
She's gonna regret the day she ever touched any of them.
So sorry, Nice. I wish it was me instead of you, or my family instead of yours.
I mean, it's both of us, right? Sorry for you too. And that he got caught up in this.
But don't forget the good that your family has done. Look around this place. The destruction that they have tried to burn down. They've tried to destroy your soul. They've tried to take what we have built, what your father has built here. They can't. That's the thing. That's what your father always said. You stay united. when we go to do what's right and protect others, save others, they can't take that away from us, and they can't take it away from you. No matter what and how you decide to do this, as long as you don't let them take you, that's what you need to find. It's not going to be easy. But I don't think you're going to be able to do it unless the rest of you, that you can rely on them and them on you. Somehow you all have to be on the same page. Whether that means understanding the differences and finding a way to function, I think that's what has to come first, because if you try and go up against her like you all did just now, you will fail. And then she'll have you just like them. Yeah, some water. You look dehydrated, go. It was Griffin, my favorite friend. His tomb over there just always reminded me to hydrate. Sorry. Anyways.
She just says, do you want to sleep? It's really late. Do you want me to take you back?
No, need a few more minutes, if you don't mind. I'm going to. I like it here, actually. As weird as that is. Just makes me feel like I'm back home with all of them. I'll be in soon. Sleep. Figure out what you want to do. Squeezes your hand and then just lets it go.
Yeah, she squeezes his hand too. And she just walks back, and I don't even know how the setup is because we weren't even in there getting things set up. So,
Mekai, Kahu, you kind of see this interaction. Are you wanting to talk at all outside, or are you just heading back to the house? What are you guys doing?
I'm not really talking too much unless Kahu says something.
I think we're both heading back to the house, likely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One's
least I
emotionally
was.
drained.
Yeah. All right. The three of you guys head back to the house. The house is.
It is not.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Just as we're walking back, I forget that people can't always hear what I think.
Maybe you should try talking to Zachary in the head more. You know, the thing. I feel like I've seen him sometimes looking at it like, oh, I want that. Like, I want to, like, you know. Maybe we just need to reach out like that and be like, you can talk telekinetically too. It's okay. We like you.
Mekai sees the beard and becomes Zachary's biggest cheerleader. I'm so happy about this. Hashtag Beardgate.
Stop. No, stop.
Face
That's a
of
dealy
rage.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a dealy thing. That's not a Mekai thing.
Sure.
Car and June did not have beards. Anyways, Kahu, sorry, I
That's the problem.
got lost. Alright, so I don't know. I feel we're all doing what we think is right, which is great. But that's 4 different opinions swirling around.
No, I understand that. I was only reacting to what
I think it was great. I mean, if I ever get angry, I'll come and punch you. I think that's fine.
You're welcome to.
I guess vice versa too, to be fair. Just, don't hit the face. Like hit my arm or something.
It's not always my option.
True.
But I felt, or at least thought that I saw that it was what she needed at the time.
Yeah. Everybody deals with things differently. I think we all, again, we know what to do. We need to get on the same page of how we are going to do that. Honestly,
I'm still trying to get on the page of how to even talk to Zach. I'm gonna be truthful to you.
I think maybe just invite him for a head conversation, Like inviting someone to tea, just talk to him about it. I'm being very serious, but I feel like some people would laugh at this. But I don't think it's really a funny matter. I mean, I do. I feel that there's maybe something there. I don't know.
I'll think on it.
But I think there's points that Zach needs to make too, so we can ask him that. Yeah. I'm tired. The druids are watching, I'm sure that'll alert us.
That's fair.
Oh my god, my dog. Alright. I'll go back in and see what my parents are doing.
So Anais goes in first. Anais, you look over, and so this house and Solastirium is a city in among kind of the mountains, kind of carved in. They have built houses kind of out of wood, but also dug into the mountainside as well. It's softer ground with like bedrock underneath. How I picture this is not quite Hobbit town, but very esque of like a Hobbit house where it's grown over and kind of in the land sort of thing. His house, though, the Calamanice's house is up on a cliff, and so the back of the cliff comes straight down into the backyard of Ricarius's house. Now, what used to be like a tree and a small garden, now planted with the wisteria. The house is a smaller 2-bedroom house, half burnt, but has structurally still stayed the same. It's more like just the soot on the outside. As you all walk in, as you look over to the side room, the main room there has been set up into like a bedroom for Zachary and the sisters, and you can see the two girls sleeping, one much more convincing than the other, with a little eye poke and then back down. Zachary, are you sleeping or just kind of sitting prepping?
Are you also pretending to sleep?
Are they all in the same room with me?
No, but when they walk in the front door, so when you walk in the front door, that room is like directly to your left. It's kind of like hallway atrium, and it's kind of an open room in there because it's not really a bedroom. It's more like a dining room, you could say. And it goes back to a bedroom, and then there's a second bedroom on the right side where Connor used to sleep, and then the back kitchen, and then the backyard.
Okay. Well, yeah, Zach is awake at this point, but he's just laying there.
And as you walk in first, you see Zachary, and then you can hear in the background a quick scooch as a tiefling woman had been popping out looking at the front door and then went behind the wall back to drinking some tea. So the candlelight is still on in the kitchen, and there's a small candle in the other room as they were prepping beds for everybody.
I think I would just, if Zach's like laying there awake, I would just walk up to where I can make sure he sees me, and I just sign, talk tomorrow.
Just nod.
Go somewhere to sleep. I don't care. She'll sleep on the floor. She is not picky right now.
Sure. You want to sleep on the bedroom connected to Zachary and the sisters, or on the other side?
On the other side, on the floor.
Okay. There's 2 beds in that one. You sleep on the floor.
Yep, I'll just get a bedroom.
Meikai, Kahu, you come in 5-ish, 10-ish minutes later. Zachary's lying there. See Anais lying there. Everyone's still obviously awake, but unwinding and starting to attempt to sleep. But
I'm gonna talk to my parents.
Kyle, what are you doing?
I was kind of thinking about the events, and he's gonna go find a place to fall asleep.
Cool. You joining Anais in that room? Zachary in them, or the back room that's no one in it at the moment?
One, 2, Zach's area. 3, 4, Anais. 5, 6, back room. Back room.
Cool. You walk through the dark room, and if you want, you guys can interact at all, but you walk through and you see an ASMR girl as you pass Iris, just kind of closing her eyes even tighter, pretending to be asleep as you walk past. But yeah, you head back to the back room. There's one bed in there, and then kind of like a bedroll type area set up for someone else.
Yeah, I'll get on the bedroll.
Meikai, you walk back and just drinking their tea, very nonchalant. Oh, hello, Meikai. Shh, quiet. The girls are sleeping, so did not
I'm
know
gonna
where you went. Did you want to
Talk to him in
tea?
Infernal.
Oh, hello. Okay, it's one of those talks, AC. All right.
Yeah, so people don't really listen.
Oh, but of course.
Yeah, I'll take some tea.
They kind of close, like your dad kind of closes the door, so there's some separation and being respectful to quiet for them.
Hmm.
So, did you enjoy your stroll around the area?
I saw you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Meikai. Stop it. I do not snoop.
I snoop, and I got it from you.
But I did not know that your friend had lightning zones. That is quite something.
Oh, yeah. Anais is a follower of Lotha and the Storm, and she talks about it all the time, and it seems to follow her. And I think that is a real thing now.
Oh, so she could just like shoo the clouds away from home?
I don't think that she can do that, but
not
maybe
very powerful
later
with
on.
Lotha, then I guess.
No, she was chosen. How rude!
What? Do not call me. Do not say your mother is rude. Wait.
You don't have any magic. You can't talk.
She looked
Don't
over.
choke on your
She
tea.
looks over to the to your dad. She goes, "I cannot believe we raised someone with such a tongue to backtalk their parents." He's just not saying anything. He's just drinking.
Pahu is more on the physical side. He's like, but he can like become like 12 feet
marriage
tall.
material. Oh, tall. Yes. That's of course. I was going to say marriage material, but I don't see a ring. Possibly 2 years. It's been a long time. Okay. Just something to think about.
I just met all of these people like 3 months ago.
Oh, of course. I mean, June wanted to propose to you very quickly too. I just,
I was literally making out with someone a week ago, and now they're gone.
God. Oh, that's right. We don't. Right. You see, like your mom wanted to be like details, and then wait. Maybe I shouldn't ask about that.
I already told you about Scar.
Yes, you did. She puts out her hand, and with the whole ribbing, there is a sense of like real motherly love and care. I am so sorry. I would never wish for you to go through it twice, my dear.
It's not even so much that I wanted him to stay for me. He was going to be the next leader of Grabnica.
My girl always finds the one. Very proud of you. Not that you look for it. My girl is not a seeker of it, but status just, it looks good on you. You know what I mean? Don't give me that face.
Kahu is also going to be supposed to be the leader of his place.
Options.
And
What about the Angel Boy? Is he something? His scarf is very well made.
It's very fancy. I'm not 100% sure how their government works. But his family seems like they were high end.
That would be a tough one to explain to the cousins, though, to be fair, so... Maybe not. His beard is gorgeous, though. Starting to come in, it's very good.
He is growing facial hair.
Anyways, darling, leave Meikai alone for now. Are you okay? You all seem to have a little bit of a, what do you call? We call it chutzpah, a fight argument.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know what people think. It's hard. I mean, the last 3 years, almost 2.5 years, I just did my own thing, you know? And I finally found a place, even though I hated it at first. And everybody did not like me. I think these people like me. And I think I have friends now.
Oh, but of course, you are our daughter. You are perfection.
That's a very different word I'd use, but okay.
Oh yes, we've heard many different names for you, but we like our little diamond in the rough, yes.
I mean, I got people to hear my side of the story, which was nice. Queen Alana believes me, and I didn't get to talk to the little boy, but it's nice knowing that there's other people and connections, right? Not the connections I thought at first. I thought I would be going, in the diplomatic route. But...
I mean, being a chosen still sounds like it's very diplomatic, yes? I don't really
just
know
thought
much
they'd be
about the chosens.
a queen position, not chosen.
You are my queen, darling. Do not let anybody tell you that. You can
Thanks.
rule whoever you want.
How do you talk to somebody who doesn't enjoy being talked down to?
I don't do that very often at all, so that's very tough. I don't seem to talk down to anybody.
Father, I was asking.
How rude,
Father.
I know what I do. You and I are very close.
Yes.
You guys gonna share a little bit of a laugh, but well, have you tried walking in his shoes? That is what we say with the workers on our farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are so many that do not understand what it is to be from the capital, or from Fusuaga, or from the plains. But when you sit down and have a cup of tea with someone and really learn who they are, why they walk the distance they walk, then you can make a new friend.
What if that person doesn't really like talking that much?
Everybody loves talking. You make them sit there and talk until they do it.
I've done that, and It was like a long time. We played music together though. Put on a little performance for this little inn. A couple days ago, the lady liked it. She made us food.
Mikai,
Mhm.
darling. And he looks at his wife, almost like preparing her for what he's about to say. Not everybody likes the same things.
I know.
I hate gossip hour in sandwiches. It is not gossip hour, it is book club. Just
Gossip
saying.
hour. He
Then-
does like books a lot.
If he doesn't like to talk, find
Make
out.
it.
No, not make.
I'm just kidding.
That is what your mother would say. That's how she got me. So I mean, it did work for some of us, but
It's true.
why do you think we are such a peaceful country, though? That is
Because we
part
keep
of
to
your
ourselves.
no, that is part of your diplomatic training because of the ability to seek out at the table with others that we do not understand, to make peace, to find out what they want, compromise. Maybe they are looking for something that you can provide. Am I wrong?
True.
I'm kind of looking at the wife. Like, I don't. Mm-mm.
I'm just trying to become better friends and understand. But I feel like every time I talk, it just comes out very condescending, and I don't know if that's my accent or something.
It's
but
part of our accent. Yes, it's it's just how we hold ourselves, darling. Your dad just goes, "You are both cut from the same cloth, but you are also trained for royalty, not for everyday life. Not everyone looks up to royalty and things the same way."
I didn't talk to a lot of people when I was just wandering around. Because they drove me out if they knew who I was, because what I looked like.
Well, they didn't drive you out there. They could have. That big one, he looked like he had quite the spear. He could have hit you. The little one hit the big one with the spear. Not that I was watching, but they could have ran you out if they wanted to, but they haven't, right? So
Well,
they
they're
love
friends.
you, Mekai, then, obviously. But your father is right.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Why do you think I bring those that gossip about me to book club? Keeps them closer. Find out what's their gossipies. But eventually, a lot of times I have made friends with them too.
It's true.
Oh, Janet. Janet, I cannot stand Janet. But look at us now. We are best friends.
Art didn't like me, and he came around.
Oh, so there you go. Do the car with Zachary. With Angel Boy.
No,
Not Zachary.
that's a
they don't call
different
him Zachary.
route.
I think you know what to do.
Yeah. Well, okay. Then we just talk about other things.
Yeah.
Wind down.
You
I'm
guys
late
have-
because that's how my mom works.
Yeah, all of you end up either falling asleep or meditating or thinking and eventually drift off to at least somewhat of a slumber. Mekai, you guys all finish a pot. And there's a moment of not wanting the moment to end and just this normalcy and kind of this unspoken knowing. It was nice having this little bubble, but that bubble might not last. But you go off to bed. You notice that the candle is still lit in the Anais' room, unless Anais put it out. But there is Zachary's room with the sisters. There is Kahu in the back room. There is, you can sleep in Anais' room. Your mom and dad kind of, they had like found a little like cot area, bed area in the kitchen. Like a dining area that they kind of moved a table and Brian helped set up. They weren't expected, you see.
I'll sleep near them.
Okay. All right. All of you replay the events in your head, what it means to be chosen, what's been going on, the threats to your home. But there's a sense of being away from it all here as well. There's like this valley disappears from the rest of the country. Not that your problems are solved, but they seem so far away here. And just the sounds of the wind and the running water all eventually help put you to sleep. Wake up rolls.
Wake up, rolls.
Anybody that feels
Cool.
like they didn't go to bed and tried to stay up as long as they could, disadvantage. I'll
Yeah,
let
because
you
of my parents.
let you judge it on your own. Yeah, because
A
it's
4 and a 1.
it was like 2 a.m. by the time you guys
I don't know
got
what
there.
that's like.
So it's like 4 or
couldn't
5
imagine.
by the
Oh,
time
no.
some of you guys went to bed.
Oh, I don't know what that's like staying up all night.
14.
14. Got a 1.
14.
14.
Hey!
16.
16. Zachary, you stir first. Smells of more tea being made. Though, when you kind of look in the kitchen, there's no one in there. Stove is hot. There's no one in there. You wake up first? Are you doing anything specifically before anyone else wakes up?
No one else is awake.
Not in the house. Your sisters are there. You look.
I mean, with all the rooms being close by, do I notice anybody missing?
You look and you see Kahu. I don't know if Kahu snores or not, but you can hear him in the back. You look over and see Anais and expect to find Bri, and Bri's not there. And then as you kind of go into the kitchen to like see whoever's making the tea, Meikai and the parents, the mother is like curled around Meikai and like holding her tight. And the stove seems warm, but no one else is up at the moment. Iris is out. She tried to stay up way too late.
Zach is going to just take a walk around the village then, in the quiet of the morning.
You walk around this village and kind of walk out. You do see Bricarius back out in front of the tree near the grave, but somewhat off to the side. You've gotten up before the sun has really risen, and you see he's set out a blanket, 4 pillows, and 4 cups, and a pot of tea. Do you continue walking, or do you say anything to Brian?
No, I kind of avoid that.
Sure. Kind of looks up. Not much of a reaction. Just a acknowledgement that you're here, and returns back to what he was doing. Yeah, for sure. And as you continue walking, you see signs of former living. Livestock that has been burnt and gone, but now in the daylight you can see where there was a swing and a well and another house of a windmill, and what you can kind of see is what would have been like a bakery where they would turn grain into stuff. Not livestock, the crops, sorry. Like, you know, the Stardew Valley, but big meteor and fire hit. You just kind of continue walking, but what catches your eye is not necessarily the loss of signs of life here, but the slow rebuilding and growing, and things returning, though not the same, but nature kind of recovering.
As I go through, I want to kind of keep an eye out for any buildings or anything that maybe survived the fire?
Yeah, I'd say about a
But-
third of this village is survivable. Maybe a little bit of elbow grease could restore a few things, but there's about a third of this village. I'd say there's probably about 15 to 16 houses, a lot of communal areas, and about 4 to 5 of them are survivable from what you see.
I'm going to spend the morning kind of perusing those things and looking for anything that looks interesting to Zach.
Sure. Define interesting for me.
History of the place, things that maybe would seem very relevant to Anais or Bry, anything Lightus related,
Sure.
anything magical, anything.
The smorgasbord of everything. All right.
Yes.
If you're taking, I'll say, if you're just walking, looking, giving perception, if you're taking hours to look through, sift through, walk into houses, you can give me investigation.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably keep an eye out for anything that looked kind of more intact and then dig through that more specifically. So.
Sure. You can give me investigation.
That is 23 on that one.
23, nice. There are a few places and houses where you find historical almanacs and surviving papers from different people's journals and wedding certificates and talk of life here. Nothing specifically relevant to Anais or Bry, not being their houses, but it's signs of life and maybe people they knew. But you come across one building that is very severely burnt, but you see a surviving room. And as you kind of push through some of the boards that are burnt, you come across a almost shrine temple. It's a stack of stones with a creek or like a fountain that kind of rises out as the waters flow through. But almost as if protected from the storm is a very similar ritualistic design like you found at Solisterum, but not as ornate and not as huge. A smaller version of all 8 affinities. This time with all 8. And this one seems to be mainly dedicated to Lotha, but all 8 still have representation.
Okay. Is there any evidence of, like, is this a house or is this just another building?
It's kind of like not really a church, but almost a building protecting this. Maybe like a shrine or a temple. It's not too big, but 6 feet by 6 feet. Just seems to be some sort of giving thanks to or spiritual representation or connection to the affinities.
Okay.
You continue walking around. That's your morning, or at least for the next few hours. By the time you're done, is just start seeing the peaks of sunlight just now, kind of like like when the dawn starts rising and the sun's not up yet, but the light is starting to glow kind of the sky frame. That's when Kahun and Ice, you wake up. Still morning. And here, just the tail end of an owl. Zachary's gone. Precarious is gone. Girls are gone, done sleeping. They're out. And you can hear Make Eye stirring a little bit in the kitchen.
I was probably just gonna head out towards the front and do his morning exercises and training routines.
You see the same thing. You see Bardicdice out there kind of setting up a blanket, 4 pillows, 4 cups, a lot of tea. 5. Well, he has his own. He's kind of sitting there just sipping tea. Do your stretches and exercises. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would get up and look for Bri because I knew he wasn't planning on sleeping super fast. Probably look for, like, see if I can spot Zach too if he's not around.
Give me a perception.
Just
check.
at least know I have
Yeah.
eyes on everybody, you know.
Kind of walking out.
18.
Kind of an unspoken as you're like looking around. Bardicdice just like points down. As you can kind of see Zachary starting to climb through a soot and kind of like a couple pieces of wood to get into this sort of temple thing that you know was built in connection to kind of a spring that showed up here, but the connection to Lotha and kind of like a little bit of a shrine to the affinities. Good morning.
She signs, did you sleep?
A little bit. Not much. A beautiful, it's the best time of the day when the sun rises right over the cliff, and you can see where he set it up, like on the edge on the other side of the tree where you guys were, where Connor's grave is kind of a nice little sitting area that looks over the cliffside and over kind of a bend in the ridge is where like a sun would come up, and it's a perfect area to see the sunrise. And you can see right now, as he points it out, just as the sun seems to be radiating kind of the sky, you can still see the moon faintly in the sky as well.
She just like looks at it and it's like, it's been a while since I've seen it.
Beautiful sight to see. Put together a little picnic for whenever you guys are ready to talk.
This looks nice.
Everybody's avoiding each other at the moment.
Yeah. How long should we give him?
Not my call. Not my talk to have. Everyone will come when they're ready.
No, they're not. They're gonna avoid each other till I go get them. That's how this always goes.
Yeah, probably. Just like the moon and the sun chase each other, eventually they have to align.
I don't have the energy to do this today.
Neither does Makai. I'm pretty sure she was still awake when I went in, and I stayed out for a while, so you might need to wake her up.
Yeah. Alright. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Don't worry about
Or,
me
you
right
know,
now. I have time.
Managing.
I have time to figure that out later. I have a lot of time to relax here. I'm not leaving. I'm more worried about the 4 of you. Not being there for you when you're gone. I don't... Just want to make sure you guys are ready before you leave.
Yeah. Okay. She gets up like she does not want to go talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And then she goes and
Try this. And he like gives you his cup.
like to drink.
Yeah. It's a morning brew. My guy's dad gave it to me.
This will help.
And you see him like, he stayed up later than you, but he is like peppy.
Too much caffeine.
A little bit of caffeine in it. You drink it?
I drink it to get, yeah, I drink them to give it a minute, I guess.
Constitution
See
save.
if maybe someone, by any miracle, maybe they'll come over to me on their own. 19.
Yeah, no. The first time it hits the back of your throat, you kind of like suppress a small cough as there's like a spice to this. This is like a cayenne, heavy honey tea sort of ginger thing. But then the second blast of like that sweetness takes over, and very quickly you could feel like a caffeine, and you just feel very refreshed. I might have added a little bit of my own thing as well, but
Which did you add, the spice or the sweet?
oh, the whiskey.
Ah,
I needed something strong this morning.
she
It doesn't count as a drink if you put it in tea. Just for flavor.
Don't toe the line, Bri.
Fine.
And I drink the whole thing. I just finish it off for him.
Caffeine and whiskey. It's a mix. But yeah, he kind of just laughs a little bit. Good. Now I think he'll be ready. I'm gonna go warm up this tea. I've been watching Zachary go from house to house for like an hour now. It's a little cold. You just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'll probably go get Zach first.
I thought me being out here was a
him.
little obvious, but I think you're right. I think you need to gather people.
You have to round them up. You won't get them any other way.
Be the hot and ice, just like your dad was.
She doesn't know what she thinks about that, and then she goes to go get
Oh,
Zach.
your father hated it too.
Leaves.
He goes back inside. He puts a new pot of tea on. Accidentally makes some loud noise. Your parents wake up first. The sisters wake up. You're like, like during holidays when you get up at like 10 and like everyone else is just like
100%.
around and like they're at the table and you're just like sitting there on the couch. Like
Just
you wake up to a small like leaf tickling your nose as you kind of wake up, and you just see Iris just kind of going back.
no.
And your dad just, good job.
No, I don't
The
want to
parents
get
and the kids
up.
seem to be getting along very well this morning.
Okay. I think I'm awake. Maybe.
I
What is...
have just the thing for you. Hold on. And Bardicdice dips down into a cabinet and pours something out of a bottle, maybe a double, and then pours some tea into it and then hands it to you.
Okay, I'll just drink it.
And your dad just turns to you in infernal, like, that is an abomination of tea. That is awful. But it's spicy. Give me a con save.
I see. Hold on. Let me get my pro stats. That is 13.
You were not ready for it. Anais had a little bit more time to prep into a spicy alcoholic tea drink as you wake up. There's a and steam kind of like out your nose sort of feel, but it gets you real quick.
Oh,
Gives
I'm
you-
awake. Okay.
The kids kind of laugh a little bit.
Don't do that to your older.
Katrina goes, "Can I try something?" No, that's not. It's just a. I'll get rid of it. He kind of like was realizing he's got kids in the house now. Like,
It's a drink for adults that you will enjoy. Maybe when you're an adult, maybe not. It's fine, but you don't need it. Just have more hot chocolate.
okay.
Zach would not be happy if you drank it.
And
It burned my...
Katrina's just like eating some toast, like, okay. And Iris is a little bit more mischievous. Okay.
Don't do it. Anyways,
You just see Brick Harris
What do we
pouring it
do?
out, just kind of going like this.
what are we doing this morning?
Oh, yes. You guys are gathering up by the cliffside to watch the sunrise. No, you can't say no.
No, it's just
Stop avoiding each
early
other.
and- Oh, I don't
Sunrise,
know. I'm not
beautiful.
avoiding. Heart did that too, and it's so early.
Make guys stop complaining, huh?
It's early.
A woman is just a woman at any time of the day. Iris and Katrina laugh.
I like the evenings, but okay. I'm not avoiding anybody. I was actually gonna try to like talk to everybody and see if we could get them all together, but I see that I am the last one up.
No, you could take the kettle out if you like. I'm warming it.
Sounds good. Alright. Well,
I'll take them
going.
up to the Anice's house. We'll watch the cliffside from up there.
Do you think she actually wants to be up there?
No, I said the kids. I'm taking the kids up to watch the sunrise up there.
Oh,
That way you guys can talk.
okay.
The kids deserve to see a sunrise. It's beautiful here. You got the moon out, you have the sun out, your sky, to have the waterfall. It's literally all four of you. Come on now.
Thematic.
You can call me anything, but you can't call me not dramatic. So that's a double negative. Sorry. You mean what I know. Now, and he hands you the kettle.
I'll go. Yeah. And I'll go and go up to wherever it is he was talking about.
Cool. As you walk out, Kahu is shirtless, stretching, and doing exercises.
Ooh,
I don't know if you're shirtless.
exercises are
I'm just
good.
saying. Yeah, I know you're doing exercises. Assuming you're shirtless. I have to give Kahu people what they like.
That is true. You can imagine whatever you want, friends.
Ruined Keep's not here, so it's okay, but...
Mar. I mean, he could be if he's been exercising long enough.
Oh, yeah, you see Mako walk out with a kettle of tea. It's piping hot.
Just a few more exercises, then I'll be done. And then I'll follow.
Oh, nice. You going after Zach?
Yep.
What do you say?
I just walk up and see if he acknowledges me or if he's ignoring me.
He'll just be like, "Oh, hey, have you seen this building?"
What did you say it was, by the way?
It's kind of like almost like a small little like shrine that's protected from the elements, and then it's just a bunch of rocks that are kind of built up, kind of like in like a Norse ritualistic way. But there's like a fountain or spring that is kind of gone. So there's water that comes up and then pours down from it, and it's a shrine mainly to Lotha because your father is a worshiper of Lotha, but there are elements and representations of all 8 affinity symbols here. Your father always...
So it's akin to like a temple.
Essentially a temple, yeah. More of a shrine. It's not a big temple. It's a small temple.
Yeah.
But your
it's
father...
homemade temple.
Your father always said he felt closest to Lotha here, and your father built this.
Okay.
Something about ley lines and affinities. You never really paid attention to that part.
Okay. Yeah. So he asked if I've seen it, right, Mark?
Yep.
I'll sign. Yeah. Dad built it. It was one of his favorite spots.
Yes, it's a good thing it survived then.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
All right. Just kind of looking around town.
Did you find anything?
Not much.
We should probably all talk. I came to wrangle you.
I guess.
Do we have something before we go with everyone?
I'm not saying you can't be mad. Just how you react, I think, is important.
What else was I supposed to do?
I mean, it's one thing if you and Kahu want to kind of get out some aggression in a controlled environment. It's another thing with you kind of blasting off all these spells and alerting everything nearby that something's going on here. When this is supposed to be a safe place for my sisters and for Bry, and now for Meikai's parents.
Is there being that loud?
Yes, it was extremely loud.
I don't remember.
It was like being in the middle of a storm. So I get it, you're upset, and I'm upset too. But if you can't have at least some control in that anger, I mean, you could put other people in danger.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. Because I thought, I mean, that was me controlling it. I didn't want to hurt anyone, so I left. Did it somewhere else. And that's what you and Kahu both told me to do about that other thing. I was trying to do what both of you wanted me to do.
There is a major difference from what I'm telling you to do and what you did.
Because, you know, you were saying not to kill people, Lightus, and trying it your way.
And say you can't ever kill somebody.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
No, it's not what I said. I don't want killing to be our go-to option for everything. But, I mean, the things that these people are doing are really bad. And I don't think they're just being controlled by somebody else. I think they're the ones who are leading the charge.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm okay with stopping them.
But when we had that guy from Lightus, you were like, no, Nice, you shouldn't kill him.
One, you didn't get any information out of him at that point. And we also didn't know who he was in any capacity at the time. He could have been somebody who's controlled.
But didn't you say something about not killing him because I shouldn't, because of justice? I mean, that was like a whole thing.
I mean, in that moment, we weren't what we are now.
Hmm?
At that point, we were just people at a school. We were nobodies. And now we're the chosen ones for everybody to see. We carry a bit more authority now.
So you're saying that if we find Lytus, you won't be upset?
I want whatever they're doing to be gone from this earth. So if that means that they turn from it, great. If they won't, then maybe we need to get rid of it in a different way.
So,
But you need to have some control when you're unleashing the rage within you. Because who knows who you could hurt if it's just wild.
I just don't know what to do, Zach. It just explodes out of me sometimes. I think I have it under control, and I think that it's all going to be fine. And then all of a sudden, they've never been at rest ever. What else was I supposed to do with that? You tell me that you would have control if you were me right now. Do you think you could do it? Do you? I want to know.
I have to live with my family being gone every day just like you do. And knowing that something's doing it to them. And I think the way I respond to it is much different than the way you do.
Okay, so how do you do it then?
I mean, like I said, there are different ways to respond. And anger and lashing out are just one of the many.
So what's your way of responding? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, I am more of the idea that you need to be under control to find out how to stop what's going on. And you need to be focused and have your head in the right place. You can't just let an emotion be what guides you. You need to have principles and truth that are fueled by emotion be what guides you.
I don't know how to think like that when it's like that, Zach. Maybe I shouldn't even be this then. If I can't. I don't know.
I've been thinking all morning maybe I shouldn't be with this group either because I feel like I'm the odd one out.
Oh. Just because you stopped a fight?
Everyone always seems like I'm the problem one. I'm the one who says no. I'm the one who says we shouldn't do certain things. And everyone else seems like it's fine with them. So if I'm what's holding you back, then maybe I should be the one who goes.
I mean, I don't think you're holding me back. I thought you were saying I was holding you back, or a liability.
I think if you go unchecked with your anger, you can become one. But I think that your passion and drive to make things right is going to be hugely important in accomplishing that. I think there's extremes that it can go in. And you gotta find your middle ground.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't agree that you should leave. And if you don't think I should leave, then maybe I should try to work on figuring out how to control this. And I can't promise you I'll do it very good because I don't know. But I don't know, maybe
Feel like you
maybe
think you have to handle all this alone. And it's all on you. What happened to your family? And I know you are the closest one to it, but you're not alone anymore. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to work these things together. I mean, I care about what happened to your family too. And I know the others do. And they care about my sisters. And I mean, we're all there for each other, right? So you're not alone. You need to trust us that we're going to be there to help you and not just go off and feel like you're alone in your anger. But we need to come together and stand for something together.
okay. Zach, I know you don't understand how I do things, but I guess that's the one thing is could you try to let me deal with things my way if I promise to try and be more careful about how I do that? Even if you don't get it?
I will be all right with you dealing with things your way as long as you're willing to listen when I think you're out of line. You made a lot of noise last night. And we're supposed to be a desolate village here that is abandoned.
Why'd you try to break up the fight with me and Kahu? That was quiet.
I didn't know what was going on with Kahu at the time. And it also just seemed like him just punching you is more of him provoking you to more anger rather than just taking punches from you so you can get out your aggression.
That looks like she's thinking for a second, and then she signs. That one might be one you don't get, but trust me on that one.
Well, if you guys want to fight each other, fine, as long as it's quiet, not in front of my sisters, and I know that Kahu isn't possessed by some crazy lady who's trying to murder your family.
Those are some good clarifications. No, Anais just kind of looks like, kind of like, okay. And she signs, okay. Yeah, the punching helped actually. It focus, didn't feel like it was just one way.
Yeah, that makes no sense, but okay.
Okay. Zach, and plus, okay, we can go talk now with them, but I don't try to stop thinking yourself as a liability because I think a lot of what you've said and insisted on, even though it gets pushed back, it's been important for us to do in the long run. It's worth the pushback, if that makes sense.
Yeah. if we go talk to everybody.
Are you nervous? Just like start walking back.
Yeah, so at least I got you if they try to vote me out of the group.
She kind of like elbows him. She like it signs they're not gonna vote you out of the group.
I mean, they can't. It's 50-50, so.
The tribe has spoken. Sorry, guys, I had to with all of your survivors.
I so appreciate that. I so appreciate that. Okay, we finally walk back to the group.
As you guys have a fire off to see, since it's a tied 50-50, who leaves? I'm just kidding.
I cantrip. There you go.
Right, yeah, cantrip. I stayed. All right. Just a quick reminder: you only have 40 minutes left. I do not want to rush this conversation or what you guys do. I'm not a railroader, but we do have a hard cutoff time. So if we have to stop in the middle of the talk, it's totally fine. I just want to let you guys know.
Sure.
But we will be hard cutting it. As you guys walk back, Makai has walked out with the cup and has called dibs on
I'm
one of the
falling
pillows,
asleep.
falling asleep. After a few minutes, Kao goes over, a little glistening, sweaty, and after a good 15 more minutes, the two of you come back up as Bricarius has rolled out there and good, yes. Let me go rewarm the tea. And he takes the kettle again, and begins to go grab everything else. So, you guys all kind of awkwardly begin to gather up, for sake of brevity. Bricarius comes out with a piping, steaming third kettle of tea. So,
I've had so much of these.
oh no, this is the non.
Oh,
Special
I know.
version,
She's
don't
had a
worry.
lot of tea, though. She's drinking a lot of
That
this.
kind of looks at Bryce. He says non-special version.
Don't worry about it. So, this is what Kellum used to do when we would have talks between our tribes. Many times decisions had to be made. Many times people had disagreements. We would all wake up before the sun would rise, watching all the affinities grow together as a reminder how the tribes should come together. And he starts pouring all of your teas one by one to each of you. I'm not telling you to figure things out like kids. You're all adults, but figure things out before you leave. If you need more tea, call me. You almost missed the sunrise. And then just leaves the kettle, turns around, and the sun is now coming up. You can see the glistening glow of the moon behind it. Stars off on the west side where the horizon hasn't quite hit. The sounds of the water. Sun starting to come up. Wind starting to pick up. And off in the distance you can see the clouds of a storm starting to brew. As silence hits you all, it does make you realize all the affinities are present here.
Zach's like, oh wait, hold on. Pulls out his sending stone real quick. I forgot to do this last night. And he's going to send a quick message to Chevon Berry Patch and just give a heads up about the possible invasion of...
I don't know why it took me a second here. I'm like, who? I was like, right. No, yeah. I remember now.
Giant's opinion, yes.
Of course.
So just a quick little, just want you to be aware, this might, the lightest elves might come and attack your group, your city.
Oh.
Prepare yourself.
Not good. Very well. Thanks.
Okay.
When? And then just there's...
No.
That's it.
Anyways, look back to the group. Okay. That's taken care of.
Keep yawning. That was actually a real yawn, too.
Should have done some morning stretches, Makai.
I'm too tired.
You gotta do something to get yourself up and moving.
I walked here. Anyways, so what do we want to do? Like, where do we want to proceed first?
I think we've already determined that, have we not?
Well, after last night and, like, you know, the revelations, I feel that maybe things could have been changed. I just wanted to hear everybody's, like, opinion on that. Is that not why we're talking?
Anaya signs, yeah, we need to, I don't know, figure this out. About what happened last night, apparently, according to Bri.
What happened last night?
I didn't do anything. Or maybe I did.
I mean, we all almost got into a fight, right? I mean, we probably need to talk about that.
I think people with lots of desire to do good all made a lot of decisions in a real quick motion. So there's something wrong about that.
Could we go around the circle and, like, tell everybody how we deal with emotions? And then we're all on the same page, and then we can all, like, figure it out? Is that, like, a good thing? She looks at Bri.
Brian's gone. Brian left you. He's like, y'all are adults. Figure this out on your own.
Dang, never mind. I thought he was just
I am
sitting there
regretting having
moderating.
Bri leave because I'm like, obviously the boy needs to mediate this thing, but
Yeah,
nope, Bri's
we're
left.
bad.
Y'all are
That's why I
adults.
thought that. Okay.
Mm-mm. He's like, y'all adults. Figure it out. You're chosens.
So when I'm angry or really upset, I like to kind of be off by my own, and I will play my instrument, or sometimes I'll go and, like, do some exercises or punch something, or cry uncontrollably for a little bit in a pillow. You know. That.
My guy keeps breaking me today, D. I can't.
You're welcome. No, in all seriousness, that is what I do, though. One time, I was so angry that I stabbed and killed my husband. So, that wasn't good, obviously. So you do have to keep it in and keep it in check. I totally understand that. Regret that every single day of my life. So I understand the need for control. However, everybody deals with these sort of things differently, and I want to know how everybody else deals with them. If that makes sense. Zachary, can you share, please? Okay.
There we go.
I'm trying to make you feel in a good space because I am genuinely curious. I think you're a really good person, and I want to know. I've seen you sad. I want to know, how do you deal with this kind of stuff?
Ren casts Zone of Truth to make sure Zachary knows that everyone's saying
No,
the
he'll
truth.
be too good at getting out of it. It's not going to do anything.
Go very high.
And Zach, I'm not trying, I just want you to know that I see you as definitely an equal, if not better. So, you know, I hope that I know that doesn't come across a lot. Sometimes I think just the words that, you know, people say, but seriously, like, you know, I want to know more about you and how you deal with stuff and understand. I think it is important. We need your help.
I understand there's a lot of bad stuff going on. And I think it's good you guys are able to take care of things in a lot of ways. And I mean, if it comes down to we have to take some people out, You all are very capable of that. So good for you. I think we need to stand for something, though. We can't just go whatever way our emotions make us feel like we should go in. We need to have some sort of truth that we have staked in the ground that we're tethered to.
Getting
And we
rid of the
don't-
darkness. Sorry.
Yes, but there are means for how we do that. I mean, we could kill every single person on the earth and it would be gone, right? But there has to be standards for how we do things, and we need to do things wisely as well. And I think last night was unwise because it was an unsecured area. We had just arrived in the middle of the night. We haven't searched this place. Who knows who could have been camped out in the house down the road? And all of a sudden, there's lightning and thunder going off. And then all of a sudden, Kahu gets possessed by some crazed lady, and he goes and starts beating up the last elf that is alive in Anais' family. And it was not good.
Genuinely?
And you just sit there with a blank face looking at me, Kahu, and then finally just kind of scold me for trying to stop you.
You thought I was possessed.
You stood in that grave, like, eyes glazed over for a good, 20 seconds.
I don't think you realize that.
Well, that explains that. I was wondering why you were standing in the middle of us and trying to tackle me.
To protect an eyes.
That's fair. I didn't think about all the noise she was making, honestly.
I was
I
just
didn't
trying to
either.
help Anais change her focus. Because she was creating such havoc.
Oh, it's good that you did that, but it was just bad timing of it. Because not 5 minutes beforehand, something crazy happened with you, and who knows what that meant.
Well, I don't fully understand that myself either. As far as I know, I'm not possessed. But I guess I wouldn't know unless I were. Afterwards.
No, that logic sounds like you're fine.
You feel okay? She signs.
Yeah, it's... My arms are sore. You got a pretty good swing on them.
She just
A
kind of
little bruise across the arms.
She signs sorry, but she's also smiling, kind of like, yeah.
No, I think Zach was in the right to do what he did with that kind of a... with that kind of perspective on it. I really was just trying to help Anais.
Yeah. So if you two want to go fight each other over there, fine. Rules I set for Anais are not in front of my sisters, and don't make a lot of noise, and don't be looking like you're possessed within the last 24 hours.
Call a medical emergency person.
Maybe if I just wear a scarf over my eyes, then we're good to go.
What?
Because then you can't see them glazed over.
That doesn't help.
It's a joke. It's a terrible
Oh.
joke, apparently.
Okay.
Sorry.
You said not to look like I had been possessed, and so, nobody can see if I'm... It is what it is.
I thought it was funny.
I was never known in my town to be the funny one, so it works out here too.
Did one of your siblings have that job?
Mm,
The the youngest for sure.
If you all want to make a little club where you fight each other, fine, do it. I don't care.
Sometimes
If we do that, we won't talk about it.
it's the first rule. But
Okay.
Zach, sorry, nice. Oh, what? You didn't answer my question. What do you do when you're upset?
I mean, I take time to process through it and think about it in my perspective and make sure I'm in the right and think about other people's perspectives and take a walk. I don't know.
I think that's smart. Go.
Yes.
Your turn.
How do I process emotion?
Yes.
Depends where I'm at. Exercise is a good way. For me, at least.
Good
My
one.
father was always a good one to talk to.
Talking out.
Sometimes yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes digging, destroying something.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been learning how to build things lately, and I like that better.
More productive.
But what I do know is not everybody deals with it the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. It's okay for people not to have the answers for me. Though sometimes I wish I had them all. However, I know that it's important to be able to grow in life. At least that's what my father always reminded me of.
Sounds smart.
He's a wise man. At least my mom would say that after saying he married me after all.
As one. Yeah, sounds normal. Oh, nice.
The signs apparently flying to enrage and destroy things. Sorry.
You know, it happens. What did you do before? You know, like when you were younger.
These signs I don't really remember.
Fair.
It doesn't feel like I'm the same person anyway. I think I have to find something different.
Feel the same.
Nice, if you ever feel that need to rage like that again. Happy to continue the fight.
I'll probably take you up on that, actually.
Do it quietly.
Yeah, I won't use magic.
I appreciate it might be unfair that way.
I think it would be a little unfair. You can't turn into a giant, though.
That would be cheating.
No promises.
He just kind of smiles a little. Zach, is there anything that, I don't know, will make you feel comfortable or something.
Comfortable with what?
I don't know. You just always kind of seem a little uncomfortable, and I just wanted to make sure that you were comfortable. Your sisters high praise you a lot, and think you're the coolest person ever, and I think you're really cool too. And I think Anais and Kahu also agree.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be the coolest person ever.
No, but you're trying to be helpful. I'm sorry I got mad at you a few days ago.
I haven't been comfortable in almost a year.
I get that.
So I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Is there anything we can do to not add to the uncomfortability?
Mm-hmm.
This place is sacred. My sisters never can be around that kind of stuff ever again. As much as we can help. This is a sanctuary now. That will help. They are all I have right now.
Naya's like, as he's saying that, she just like slowly puts up her hood, but then she just nods and is just kind of sitting there like,
I don't think they're all you have now, but I understand that you mean they're the closest thing you have now. I told you before, and I'll say it again. I'm gonna keep my promise, and we're gonna go to your family first. I know my family may have some struggles they're dealing with right now, but my promise was to you. I have to trust that they can deal with what they must.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find my family, but I'm going there
Not-
to look for that stone we need to find.
Not with that attitude.
well, with clues or something. I mean, you don't know anything. Maybe we can find something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
That'll be worth it.
We made a lot of really good friends, really good connections at the Centaurium.
They were gone while we were all at the Centaurium, so.
I know.
No, I think she's saying that we can use the connections to find things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Use
Maybe. But
use
I mean,
everything you got.
we used everything we had to try to find our missing family members back in Celestia, and it did nothing. So I feel like it's more of trying to stop it from continuing than trying to get people back at this point.
We'll do all that we can.
Anaya signs. I don't know what the case is going to be, but this time you have Solus on your side. Truly now.
Yeah.
I still don't know how my parents got here. I'm happy that they're here because I feel like they can provide extra protection for Bri and her sisters.
Yeah, apparently we all have some sort of spell that makes it so we can wish for something.
Do we get
Yours
it
is-
back?
I don't know.
What
But,
do you mean?
well, like we sat around the table that one day and you gave me your stuff. So use it wisely because you might only get one.
Do you have to say specific words? Or is it like a comes from the heart or intentions thing?
I mean, I think it's related to saying wish and something that you desire. So,
I'm really sorry I didn't wish for your parents back, Zach, to be there with your sisters.
I don't want my dad around my sisters right now.
Oh.
It's better this way.
Can I ask about that now or later?
About what?
I don't know.
My dad is in a
much-
terrible place right now, and
Oh.
nothing's fixed. So we bring my parents here. It would probably just be Rex and be awful around my sisters, and my dad may be going insane or something. So, no,
Alright. Okay, then
I
that's
don't want that around my sisters.
okay. That's fair. Well, my parents always wanted grandchildren, so that's gonna be how they treat the girls. So
Are they gonna be nice to my sisters because they're ASMRs?
oh yeah, 100%. They like kids. They're the type of people that like something may be said to adults, but never children, and they don't hold any ill intentions whatsoever.
Okay. They just kind of keep calling us the angel boys and girls, and that's kind of
Yeah,
demeaning. So
That's a lost in translation thing, I think. I'll talk to them about that. Don't worry. They really think that the girls are cute. And they were playing and making cute little shaped pancakes and asking them about different things and being cute and having tea.
speaking of your parents, I need to ask them about this. I'll pull out the picture of the dean and his wife and just
Yes. So, thank you. I was curious about that.
we
And
need to
I
ask them
signs,
about
you
this.
took that?
I take a
Thank
lot
you
of
for
things,
taking
and
that.
That's been sitting.
Uh,
That's been sitting for like 3 episodes. You
Starts
guys have
patting
been
his
doing this.
pockets, make sure he has all of his stuff on him.
I don't steal from other people like that.
Except Rye.
Bri was being a jerk, okay?
I am the
I
dean.
look at the picture.
It's okay. I have some stuff of cars, so fine.
So
Uh,
we need to ask your parents about this.
Anais,
Yeah.
you hear in your head, I was paralyzed and not a jerk, but nonetheless, continue.
Where is he? Is he listening?
He's 30 feet
He's
up
in
on
a
a
tree
cliff
somehow?
watching.
What?
He's 30 feet straight up on the cliff watching the sunset. He rolled a 19 on perception. He's listened to this whole thing. He's period, y'all, yo. But I'm very proud. Please don't say anything. You guys are doing good.
She just like she grips the stone and it's like Rye. That's
Is it noticeable that you're reacting to this?
Insight roll from you, Mark. Are you trying to hide it, Rachel?
deception. She's trying. I don't know.
Sure.
If she's gonna
Yeah,
do
give me
it.
a.
Try
just a s-
so hard.
Are you proficient? Are you
7.
proficient? Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, I rolled a 15 on the die.
Yeah, you're fine.
so-
Never mind. The question doesn't even matter. Yeah, there's a little bit of a reaction. Then I'll look up.
Like her eyes get really big and she like looks up and then she just looks back at her.
Is Bri listening? He like whispered that to
She just looks at him like just to see.
Just
Is
tell
he
him I
with
was
my
asking if you guys needed more tea.
sisters?
Tell him if you needed more tea.
Is he with
What?
my sisters? Did they hear what I said about my dad?
No, I totally me. They're fine.
She signs it's just him.
Okay.
So,
She signs wait, we gotta talk about this wish thing. What?
Okay.
I don't get it. What?
It's magic.
How did this happen though?
I don't know. It's very powerful magic, and you need to be careful with it.
So you're not like none of you are concerned how we got this extremely powerful.
Yeah, I'm wondering because I think it was the necklace that my parents gave me, but they didn't know it was magical.
I don't know if my father knew.
And I don't know what kind of limitations are on it, but my parents were here.
Well, since I familiarized myself with this item because I was very curious,
Good job, Zach.
Zacky boy.
shall I read off the spell?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. You
All
know
right.
exactly how the wish spell works now?
So it's speaking aloud, and it can alter the very foundations of reality to your desires. I mean, basically, you can use this to duplicate almost any spell, except for like the top most powerful spells that there are. And it doesn't need any components for it, so you can just use it. You can also make one object about 25,000 gold worth, as long as it isn't magic, and can't be too big. You can also use it to heal up a lot of people, like 20-ish people. All their health will return to them, all their wounds will heal, they'll be brand new and fresh. And it would help with any sort of effects that may be on them as well, like mind-altering things, like possessions or something. You can make it so that maybe when someone tries to stab you or burn you, it doesn't work as well. You can make it so that maybe like a certain spell or magic ability no longer works on you for like 8 hours. And you can even potentially undo a recent event that's happened. So it's a pretty crazy spell that may shake the foundations of everything. So be careful with it and choose your words wisely.
Good to know.
So,
And I
Needs to be
so you have
spoken
to.
with intent, though, correct?
I think there is a level of it being something you actually desire when you say the words. I mean, I don't think if it's just like a flippant thing, it would necessarily go off.
we should have the same right
Because
now.
part of it is like there is a bit of actual desire that it comes from, I think, within. So
Besides, so you have to say it though.
yeah, I believe you have to say it.
Oh. One of us could use your wish for you, like say it for you. Maybe Anais.
She signs. If all of Lidus is dead and my family and Connor is free, maybe I could use it myself. I don't know yet.
There's a lot of things I'd wish for. But I'm happy my parents are fine.
Yeah, they're out of a bad situation, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh,
So we're thinking about going to Vinali though next. And then to Kahu's family.
I sent a message to Anir telling him that we want to come visit. Talk about magic-y things. Just
Do you
vague
seem
stuff.
okay with it?
I haven't gotten a response yet. When we go back, we need to go back through that town with the logs and the the nice lady.
I think we should go to Vinali first. And then when we get there, see what that answers before we decide our next destination.
Huh.
And Kahu, if you need a stone to get in contact with your family occasionally, I have one that's kind of my frequent use one, and one's kind of an emergency one.
I appreciate it. I might take you up on that on days when you don't need it.
Besides, me and Zach also took care of one other thing. If we encounter more Lightus and they don't get a chance, or they refuse the chance to turn away, and we know they're not, being controlled, death's back on the table.
Sounds good. I
We'll
didn't
give
mean
him a
that to
chance
sound as
first.
eager. Yeah. I'm not eager.
Oh, I heard what. So yeah, what did Kahu say? I heard what you said, Dee.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
But we give them the chance first,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
if we're able.
Yes, death isn't the first option, but it is an option.
And Zach, we're not bloodthirsty people, just to let you know.
Okay.
We're getting to that one. All right. You guys have a wonderful
You
talk.
just have to trust us on that one.
Go ahead and begin to wrap things up here. You guys can definitely continue this conversation or other factors of it that you wanted to flesh out more. But there's a proud old elf on a cliff above, watching the sunrise on his former town, watching his dear spiritual children take the first step. Fate has brought them together. They have decided to unite themselves. Hopefully together, they can help the realm. That's where we'll go ahead and complete tonight's episode. Unfortunately, just a little bit early. So sorry, guys. I know you guys want to go a little further, but it is Critical Role. I'm a huge fan. It's why I stream. So they are starting tonight in any second now. So we'll go ahead and end this here. Marky, it's up to you if you want to raid someone. It's your channel, but I was planning on raiding just Critical Role for the fun of it. So.
Yeah, I'll just send it over to Critical Role.
Yeah.
So
if anyone wants to stick around and watch it, we'll be in our Discord if anyone wants to join watching it, in VC chat if you want, or just kind of chatting on the channel as well. So thank you guys. We'll be back next week. Love ya. Stay awesome.
Bye, everybody.
And check out Beacons on Sunday on Marky Gaming's channel.
Yeah.
You'll hear more yelling
On her new mic.
on my new mic.
Yeah.